Give me a thought about the Arab Spring in North Africa and the Middle East, because I came here right after Mubarak was gone with Hillary Clinton, the Secretary of State. And I remember we got up one morning and she, without much security, we just walked around Cairo. She walked into Tahrir Square. People were applauding her. It was a very optimistic moment right then. It's almost 2 years ago, almost two. But then all of a sudden things got gloomy. Give me a thought about the Arab Spring.
This is natural. This is normal. When you move from an era, from a dictatorship, from absence of freedom, from corruption, real, big corruption, to a new position, to freedom, to democracy, to, a case where you try to prevent, to stop, to block corruption. When people moving like this, and they are in big numbers like in Egypt, and they have real daily needs, and they need food and shelter everywhere, and they want their freedom to be completed, and they are worried about what they had in the past, and they are afraid from going back to that. I think this kind of activities, this kind of demonstrations, this kind of trying to resist to some extent any kind of feelings that we are probably go back to some extent. All these are, I consider this situation as a normal situation, and the people gaining by time experience in how to transfer their feelings into real production, real acts and deeds on the ground.
So you're optimistic? You're optimistic?
Very much optimistic, yeah, of course.
How long is this going to take?
Well, I would say to start real stability and development, real steps, we may take 6 months or a year. But to reach what we want, I think we may take 5 or 10 years to reach 60–70% of what we want.
So we have to be.
I'm talking about economics now.
We have to be patient.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you're talking about Egypt. You're talking about tens of years of corruption. You're talking about absence of freedom completely. You're talking about forged elections all the time. No democracy. No will of the people. Everything was done and away from the people. So when you change, it takes time.
They even put you in jail. You spent a few months in jail.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
How many months were you in jail?
7 months or something.
What was that like?
Bad. Very bad.
But, I mean, give me...
I'm talking about freedom. When you are not free...
When you're in jail, you appreciate freedom when you're out of jail. So you appreciate freedom, having lived through that 7 months.
Do you think anyone in this world wouldn't appreciate freedom?
Some people who've had it their whole life, they take it for granted. But you appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I think our grandchildren will take it for granted. But we have been suffering together, and then we're moving together to the new position, real freedom, democracy, good welfare.
As I said, we're counting on you.
Yeah, well, let's help each other.
Thank you.
As much as we can.
Good luck.
Thank you.